Hi, I'm Emily Ambery, a senior English and Public Relations major in the McAnulty School of Liberal Arts. I've been at Duquesne for 3.5 years, and in that time, I've been able to study abroad twice, a semester in Dublin and a Maymester in Ghana. I've also been able to work at our student-led newspaper. It's a weekly publication where I'm currently the layout editor. I've also worked in our University Writing Center as a writing tutor, and currently I'm the editor-in-chief of our yearbook, L'Esprit to Duke. Welcome to What You Can Do with an English Major. I've learned a lot in my time at Duquesne and wanted to show how my education in the English major has been able to transfer to real-world experience and publications. A lot of the time, English majors might feel their options after graduation are narrowed to academia or teaching. As someone who's not sure they are interested in either of those options, I've found a few other avenues to explore. In this video, I'm going to be taking you through my online portfolio, created in the Adobe Creative Cloud. The different sections and writing occasions come with unique conventions, audiences, and style, all of which the English major prepares you to explore. As a part of my public relations major and my work as layout editor for the Duke, I've gotten a lot of practice using the Adobe suite in navigating social and professional online platforms. My portfolio features a lot of the work I've done at Duquesne, as well as summer internships. Coming into Duquesne as a freshman, I only knew that I wanted to write. I didn't know what I wanted to write about or how I wanted to do it, but I knew I loved writing and wanted to get better at it. After being inspired by my UCOR 101 and 102 professor, Dr. Matta, I changed my major to English with a concentration in literary studies. I went the literary track because I enjoyed the more analytical and argumentative writing that comes with those classes. I also knew I loved messaging and learning about corporate environments, so I included public relations as a second major. I chose my majors based on what I enjoy the most, and these majors have given me a great foundation in the humanities and many opportunities to explore and experiment with different types of writing. One of the first hands-on writing opportunities I took at Duquesne was writing for the Duke. Since then, I've had the chance to work with amazing editors and writers, as well as award-winning journalist and faculty advisor Paula Reed Ward. I have since become the layout editor and am responsible for making sure the pages look good and get sent to the press. This usually happens around 2 a.m. in the morning. I also write for news, which is concise and fast-paced with tight deadlines. I've been able to work with administration, students, and local and national figures. The Duke uses AP style and journalistic writing, which is almost like a new language, and to most English majors' dismay, hates the Oxford comma. Some of the stories I've written on and reported feature a trip to DC with the news editor, Megan Trotter, to cover a historic panel on the 50th anniversary of Richard Nixon's Saturday Night Massacre. We were able to interview investigative journalist Bob Woodward and Watergate Special Prosecution Force member Jill Winebanks. Other stories include the police strike in spring of 2023 and a feature on occupational therapy students in Duquesne's cadaver lab. Similar to covering events and people in the Duquesne community, I've gone out to the larger Pittsburgh community to cover artists for the Pittsburgh Tribune Review and the New Pittsburgh Courier. In spring of 2023, I featured award-winning author, poet, and critic Hanif Abdurraqib, Hill District jazz legend Tony Campbell, and artists Zio Eva and Jasmine Green. Reporting and writing for the Duke and other local publications would not have been possible without the creative and critical thinking skills the English major helped me build. I've been able to transfer what I've learned about storytelling, the importance of perspective, recognizing bias, and asking provocative questions from the English classroom to on-site reporting. In the summer of 2023, I had 2 internships with national magazines, The American Gardener and Work Design magazine. The American Gardener is the American Horticultural Society's publication, and I was their editorial intern. I worked on stories, interviews, and helped with marketing by writing press releases and weekly blogs to help with search engine optimization. A bi-monthly magazine providing horticultural and gardening stories since 1922, The American Gardener required writing that was very technical and subject matter specific. It required a lot of learning and getting accustomed to the new botanical terminology and conventions, but because the English major has a diverse reading and experiences, I felt I was able to navigate learning a new style of writing easily. In contrast to the weekly turnaround in the Duke newsroom, this writing had protracted deadlines and more in-depth approach. I covered things like a special flower known as the corpse flower, named for its foul smell, and also during my time at the American Gardener, I interviewed conservation experts, an ethnobotanist, a biologist, and botanists around the country. Work Design Magazine is a design and architecture magazine highlighting innovation in the field. I was a part-time research and writing intern, and I worked closely with the CEO and publisher to do research on how to expand monetization techniques and wrote a few stories from award-winning industry professionals about past and upcoming projects. Both magazine internships had longer form writing and required technical knowledge that I was able to learn on the fly. Being able to adjust in and out of different topics and writing styles is huge in the English major. Work design definitely challenged my industry-specific terminology and navigation, but it was an experience I will never forget. Because of the diverse subject matter in the English department, classes rarely repeat themselves and allow you to take many different genres in different time periods. Switching from early modern English to science fiction or 19th century British literature felt pretty much the same as switching from botanical terminology to design and architecture elements. The literary track requires 5 400-level classes with different period distributions. In 3.5 years, I've been able to take history and structure of the English language, Shakespeare and Milton, coming of age, 19th century Gothic challenging social norms, and African climate fiction. The ability to produce longer papers that explore scholarship and literature has been instrumental in my writing journey. Each of these classes developed my research and writing skills, and each class required a final project or paper. I've written on Ursula Le Guin's Left-Handed Darkness, Nnedi Okorafor's Who Fears Death, Charlotte Bronte's Jane Eyre, and Shakespeare's Titus Andronicus, Othello, and King Richard III. My paper, Left-Handed Darkness, How Language Fails Androgyny, won the Duquesne English Department's Chivers Scholarship and was submitted to Sigma Tau Delta's 2024 International Convention in St. Louis, Missouri. The volume of larger papers I've written has given me great practice in academic writing, and having work that I can submit to conferences to further my research career has been invaluable. Another asset the English major offers is internships. In the fall semester of 2023, I was the writing intern at the Duquesne University Quark. The Quark communicates STEM topics for broader audiences. The student organization writes, peer reviews, and accepts student-written research articles, news articles, and creative works related to the sciences. Over the course of the internship, I familiarized myself with scientific research, writing, which has been a little difficult and a change. Its conventions and norms are different to that of the humanities, but the editors and faculty advisor in the English department have been very helpful along the way. Colloquializing jargon and data takes extra care and attention, but once you get the hang of the skill, you're equipped to jump into any scientific research article. This internship enhanced my paraphrasing skills and how to digest and understand material I've never studied before. From science to botany to news reporting and architecture, writing across genres gives you a familiarity and understanding of your audiences, venues, and conventions. Through diverse opportunities from the English major, I've been able to critically think about the readership of a gardening magazine and how to adjust for the very different readership of an international convention or the science community. Welcome back from my portfolio. I hope you enjoyed it. There are many things that I love about being an English major, but my favorite thing is the conversations you will have with amazing people and professors. The fact that you will be able to take your experiences and your education far and wide is beyond compare, and I hope you get to take it to either Dublin or Ghana.